So wants to remain anonymous. She's been a home health nurse for over 30 years. The story was from back in the 90s. Okay. Oh yeah, I know this story well. I read it like 3 times. Okay, so she goes into a house that is, or she's headed up to a house that's like kind of out in the country, rural. It's like kind of isolated, like a farmhouse or whatever. And she said it just she'd never been there before. She's driving up to it, and it's just got like this like ominous feel to it. You go down like a long driveway, and it's kind of like secluded, kind of back in the woods. And she said she's getting ready in the car, headed up to the door, and she goes. She doesn't even make it up to the door to knock on the door. She hears somebody scream upstairs. So it's like a 2 story. She's like I forget what she said, like a farmhouse or like a Victorian looking house, like straight out of a movie. And so she hears somebody scream. So she goes up to the door and she's about to knock on it. She's just like, she just, instead of knocking, she just goes on in. And she said it sounded like it came from upstairs. The stairs were like right at the entrance. And she just kind of flies up the stairs. And upstairs, it was a kind of a hall that goes down with like a couple bedrooms on each side. And she said that there was a man walking into the to the bedroom at the end on the left, and she said he kind of looked at her for a second and then walked in and absolutely scared her to death. That she's like, either this is the guy that's making this lady scream, which the patient was the lady that she was going to see, and it sounded like a female that screamed or whatever. And so she says the guy kind of looks at her and then walks into the room. And so she's like, okay, that must be where the scream's coming from. He didn't say anything, but maybe he's scared. Who knows what's going on? She said the scream sounded like someone had like gotten stabbed or something. Like it was a terrible scream. Hello. Thanks, Starry. Okay, sorry. So she reluctantly goes back here to this room where the man had just walked in, walks in, and she says for some reason it just felt like when she walked in that door, even though nothing was like really loud, that it all got quiet. Like it was quieter than it was when she walked in. She said it was just like the eeriest feeling in the world. And she goes and she looks in the bed, and there's just like clothes all over the bed. It looks like it's just a mess, like kind of like a hoarding situation. And the lady's kind of like laid there in the pile of clothes, obviously dead, like she's been dead for a long time. And she's cold to the touch, been dead for at least over a day, and she's just laying there peacefully. And so she gets the phone, or she goes downstairs or whatever, gets the phone, calls the police, and they're she's not going to do anything to try to save a lady who's like ice cold and been dead for a while. Anyway, afterwards, she said she looked at a newspaper, and the newspaper, when she looked at the newspaper, there were they used to have like the obituaries, I think it's called, and it would have the people that recently deceased, in the town, and this is a smaller town in Oklahoma. And it said, deceased school teacher, and said had all her accomplishments and everything, and said to be buried with her husband, who was he was a police officer or a sheriff or something like that. And so she's looking at the lady, and she's like, oh yeah, she's she looks happy, she's beautiful, she looked like she did laying in her bed. And then she looks at the picture of the husband, and the husband, I forgot the part, like when she went in the room, there was nobody there. You guys see where the story's going. And the picture of the husband that was in the newspaper was the man that she saw walk into the room, kind of like guided her in there to find the lady. And it's like, that's crazy. Like I read that in broad daylight, and I got scared, and I got like goosebumps and stuff. So I thought that was a really cool story. Probably the best one that I've been sent. I've been sent about 100,000, but they're all like takes about 30 seconds to tell them. So I appreciate everybody sending them in. And if anybody on here has them, you can just message me, or Josh Evers nurse@gmail.com. You can send your scary stories. I know there's only 2 of you in here, but yeah, I thought that was a really cool story. Um, yeah, check this out. I have a, so let's see if I can do it. I would love to. I love making the funny skits, but I would like telling scary stories. I like listening to scary stories. Let's see if I can change the background while I'm in here. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right. Hey, well, I appreciate you too in here with me. Um, I'll come back again tonight. I hope you guys have a great day. Seriously, thank you for taking your time. How do I end this? All right. God bless you guys. I'm going to figure out how to end this. Have a great day.